Hello everyone, this is 𝗚cije𝗛𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗟𝗄𝗲 and in today's video we are going to talk about user management inside GoHighLevel. So we will be looking into everything that we need to know about the user management inside GoHighLevel, like how to create a user, how to configure their permissions, how many roles are available inside GoHighLevel for the users, how many types of user we can configure inside GoHighLevel, and how to set up their permissions, each and everything. So let's try to understand the whole concept of user management inside GoHighLevel in today's video.
The GoHighLevel boy, Ahmad.
Ahmed at the GHL boy.
𝗚cie𝗛𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗟𝗄𝗲𝗹.
Ahmad Rashid.
Thank you, Ahmed, and thank you to the rest of your team.
First thing that we need to know about the users inside GoHighLevel is there are two places where we can create the users. The one is account settings, that means sub-account settings, and the second is agency settings. So we can create users on the account level and we can also create users on the agency level. And then the second thing that we need to know is how many types of users we can create inside GoHighLevel. So there are total 5 types of users that we can create inside GoHighLevel. The first is agency owner. So this will be the person usually who signed up for your GoHighLevel account. So there will be only one agency owner. And then the second type is agency admin. The third one is agency user. The fourth one is account admin, which means sub-account admin. Or the last one and the fifth one is account user or sub-account user. So the first one, agency owner, it can be only one person. And then rest of the 4, you can have multiple users for those level. Like you can have multiple agency admins, you can have multiple agency users or account admin or account users. As I mentioned earlier, we can create the users on 2 places. The one is account settings and the other is agency settings. So the first we will see how we can create the users on account level under the account settings. For that, we need to make sure that we are in a sub account, and then we need to navigate to settings on the bottom left, and then we go to my staff, and then on the top right here we see add employee. So when we click on add employee, here are some settings that we need to configure. So the first name, last name, email, phone. So this will be the email that this user will have to use to log into your GoHighLevel. And then the phone number, and then the extension of the phone number if you have any. And then under the advanced settings, we can also set up a password on their behalf. But that's not mandatory. If you don't want to set up any password, you can simply create a user and then a system generated password will be sent to this user on their email, which would be this one. So setting up password is not mandatory, but you can still set up the password as well. And then here you can assign this user any dedicated calendar if you want. And then below we have the signature settings. So this signature, which will be used to be included inside the emails that this user will send out through this sub account. So you can, create your email signature. That's that. And then once we go to the next page, which would be this one, roles and permissions, and as you scroll to the top, so here right now we are under the account, so we will not be able to see agency level of users. As I mentioned, there is agency owner, which can be only one. We will talk about that once we will go to the agency view. But other than this one, we have 4 level. The 2 are agency one, which are agency admin, agency user. We will not be able to see them here because we are inside a sub account. The last 2, which are account admin and account user, we can see them here. So if you see user role, we can either create user that would be account user of this account, and then we can have admin level of user, which would be this account admin. So here we can see account user or account admin. And then here data visibility scope, that means all records, like this user will be able to see everything which exists in this sub account. But you can also set this feature, which is only assigned data. This means this user will be able to only see the data which is assigned to this user. The data means the contacts which are assigned to this, the conversation which are assigned to this person, the task or the appointments and the opportunities. So like these type of things which we can assign to somebody in GoHighLevel, this person will be only seeing his assigned data if you just select this option. If you select all records, he will be able to see everything in this account. And then here some other permissions that we can configure. So the first one is account settings. So I'm going to open up sub account as well right here, so that I can actually show you what does it means by. Okay, so the first one is account settings. If I just turn this off, this user will not have permission to this navigation menu. Like, he would be able to go into settings, but he will not be able to see anything other than my profile. There would be a menu that says my profile. Other than that, this person will not be able to see all of this because we have turned off account settings. So this is what it means by account settings. And then inside the account settings, you can also configure if you want to allow them to see the tags, manage settings, team members, manage team members, and then view. What does this mean is inside the tags, if you just turn this off, they won't be able to see this navigation. So this will be hidden for this person. And then the next one is view and manage settings, which are all of these. So if you just turn this off, you won't be able to see any of these other than the tags if you have turned that on. And then manage team members. Manage means he would be able to delete or create the users inside my staff, which is right here. So he would be able to create or delete any users. And then if you see, if you turn on only view team members, he won't be able to see this button, which helps you to create. And then he would also not be able to delete or edit any of the existing user. So that what includes in the account settings. And then under the account tools, we have view and manage content AI. So as you know, content AI is available on different places, like inside the email builder, inside the funnel builder. So if you just turn this off, he won't be able to see this content AI. And then this one is view and manage Eliza. Eliza is the appointment bot of GoHighLevel. So if you just turn this off, he won't be able to see that Eliza bot. And then inside the automations, we have this. If I just turn this off, then I would be able to see these view campaigns. These are not basically the marketing campaigns, which are right here where it says the marketing campaigns. Those are not basically these campaigns. Those are the campaigns which you generally see right here. Right now we have turned this on for this sub account, but basically campaigns and triggers are the old version of GoHighLevel. So this is what it means by campaigns. And then the same thing for the triggers as well. And then the next one is view and manage workflows, which is right here, automation. So this tab will not be visible if you just turn that off. And then view and manage triggers. These are not the triggers which actually exist inside the workflows. These are the triggers which are the old version of workflows, which you see right here. We have turned that off for this sub account, so that's why I'm not saying it. So it's there, those triggers. And then blogs, view and manage blogs. You can find those blogs right here under the sites and on the top. You will see the blogs here. So this tab will not be visible if you have turned that off. And then if you scroll down, these are the calendars, view and manage appointments. So this tab, calendars, will not be visible to them. So they won't be able to access calendars. And then the certificates which exist in the membership area. So if we go to memberships and on the top you see certificates, this won't be visible to them if you have not allowed them to have the permission of this. And then the same thing for the communities. Communities, you can find them under right here under the memberships. So this is, and then the contacts, and then we have view and manage contacts, view and manage bulk actions. So these two features exist right here under the contacts, and on the top the smart list, that means contacts, and then there are bulk actions. So these two will not be visible to them if you have just turned these two off. And then the conversation, which is pretty straightforward right here, this navigation menu will not be visible to them at all. And then if you scroll down under the dashboard, we have phone call stats, AdWords, Facebook ads, attribution, agent reporting, view and manage reporting, view dashboard. So this is the first thing is this one, the dashboard will not be visible, and then the reporting tab will also not be visible because inside the reporting you will see Google ads, Facebook ads, attribution, call report, appointment report as well. So let's go to the next one. The next we have funnels, the view and manage funnels, and then view and manage websites. So which you find right under the sites. On the top you see funnels and websites. So these two navigation menus will not be visible to this user. And then inside the integrations, we have private integrations, view and manage, and then view and manage native integration. So the private integration means when we go to settings, and then in the navigation, you see these integrations. These are the native integrations, and then these are the private integrations. So you can just hide and unhide these two from here. And then under the marketings, you have view and manage marketing, which is when we go back and when we go to marketings. So this is what you can hide completely if you want. And then view and manage social planner, affiliate manager, ad manager, and prospecting, which is right here. So the social planner is right here, affiliate manager is right here, and ad manager is here as well. And if you have enabled what we call it prospecting tool, so you can hide and unhide this feature as well. And then when you go to media, which is media storage, that pretty straightforward, which is right here, where you can host your images, videos, and everything. You can hide or unhide this based on your permission level as well. And then this one is memberships, which is pretty straightforward. That says view and manage memberships. So this custom menu item, this will not be visible to them if you have hide it. And then the opportunities, inside the opportunities, we have view and manage opportunities, lead value, and bulk actions. What does that mean is inside the opportunities, we have here opportunities, the bulk actions. So you can hide or unhide them. The lead value means if you have just unchecked the lead value, he will not be able to see this lead value right here, which is opportunity value. And then when we go to payments, under the payments, we have payments, refund, record payments, export, cancel, view, and manage payment invoices. So that is when you go to payments. Here we can see the products and then the invoices as well. So you can unhide or hide them based on their permission level as well. And then under the reputation, you can, between these two, you can hide or unhide. This is what it says here, reputation. So inside the reputation, you can give them permissions or restrict them based on your requirement. And then the WordPress, which shows up right under the sites, I guess. Let me see the WordPress. Maybe it's under the marketing. Now it actually shows up under the sites, but you have not enabled WordPress hosting for this sub account. So that's why. Otherwise, you will see if you have enabled the WordPress on the agency level, you would be seeing the WordPress right here. So this is what it means by the WordPress. And then on the top, let's talk about the user roles. So there is what are the differences between admin and user? So I have a demonstration about these roles. So if you see here, this is the demonstration or the difference between the user and the admin on the account level. So this is business profile settings. So under the business profile settings, only admin can edit the information, user cannot edit. What this is, business info profile settings, it's right here. So under the business profile, everything which is right here, like the legal business name, friendly business name, address, each and everything in this tab, only admin can edit, user cannot edit based on this table. And then business logo, user cannot upload or change the business logo, but the admin can do that. The business logo, which you see right here. And then the next one is my staff. Under the my staff, admin can create the user, admin can edit the user, admin can delete the user. User cannot do these three functions, which is under my staff, which is right here. When you go to my staff, only admin can add another user, admin can delete any of these, or admin can edit any of these. And then the next one is under the contacts. Only admin can import, admin can export, or admin can delete the contacts. User cannot do that. So if you see under the contacts right here, now would be, only admin would be able to delete, create, or export. Like these two will not be visible for the user. These two will be only visible for the user, and also this icon. So these three icons will be only visible to the admin. These three will not be visible to the user. Let's see the next one, which is opportunities. Only admin can export the opportunities. User cannot export the opportunities, which is right here. So under the opportunities, if you want to export this, you need to have the admin level of access. You won't be able to export or import the opportunities if you are on the user level. So these are the key differences between the account admin or versus account user. And this is where we actually, create the user under the my staff. So this is the first place. Inside the sub account settings under the my staff, you are able to create and manage user and configure their different permissions. And there is one other settings that I just missed, which is under the my staff. When you go to add a user, you can also copy the permissions of any already existing user as well. When you go to roles and permissions, here it says copy permission. So if I click here, here it says copy permission configuration from an other user in your account. So for example, if I select this, now this user will be created with the same permission that this user has. So you can also copy the permissions. So on the account level, we can create two users, account admin or account user. Account admin has different permissions that I just show you in the table. I will drop that in the description of this video as well. And then user does not have those permissions. Now let's just jump into the agency view to see where we can create the user on the agency level. Now that we are in the agency, so we will be seeing all those four types of users other than the agency owner. So let's just talk about, so first we need to go to the settings on the agency level. Just make sure we don't see any account name here, which means we are on the agency level. And then we go to team. And then if I see there is only one agency owner with this email, and if I just edit this agency owner, because I can only edit myself, this is me logged in as this email. So if you see this is my email, and I can only edit myself. Nobody else can edit any agency owner. When I go to roles and permissions, I would be able to transfer my ownership to any other user, but I can only select one user because remember, there can be only one agency owner. So that's it about the agency owner. Now let's just click on add employee. It's the same process. We can create the user inside the agency level as well, like first name, last name, email, phone. And then under the advanced settings, we can set up a password. If you notice, we had some settings that we see on the account level, but we are not seeing them here, like the signature and the calendar. The reason is that you cannot have any calendar on the agency level. You can only create the calendars inside a sub account, or you can also like send emails from an account level. So you will have to configure those inside your account. On the agency level, you cannot have these configurations. But let's jump to the role and permissions. So here you see we have this available, which we didn't see on the account level, because on the account level, you cannot create the agency user. So now here we see we have agency and then we have account, which means, so now I'm going to show you all those four types. The first I have showed you agency owner, which you cannot create. That will be created by default once you sign up with GoHighLevel, and then you can only transfer the ownership. By in terms of creating, you can create four type of users, which is agency, admin, second agency user, third account user, fourth account admin. So that's how. So basically user type, account or agency, user roles, admin or user. So now let's see, talk about all. So first of all, if I want to create agency and then I create admin, and then here it doesn't matter basically on the account level, on the agency level, because you don't have any records, task or contacts or pipe like opportunities or appointments on the agency level. So this doesn't matter when you are creating the agency level of user. And then here it says restrict access to selected sub accounts. So what does that mean is, if I just turn this on, if I select, let's say, any of the accounts here, so now this user will be an agency admin, but he will be only restricted to this sub account. So basically he will be only seeing this sub account. He won't be able to see all of the other sub accounts because I have restrict his access to only this sub account. So you can also restrict using this feature. But if I just turn this off, then here it says add sub accounts. What does that mean is, even if I leave it blank, this user will have access to all the sub accounts. Now when it says add sub accounts, that means if I select any of this sub account, now this user will be actually the part of this account. So inside this account, I would be able to assign any context to this person, or assign any appointments, or assign any tasks. So basically this person, this user is going to be the part of this sub account. But if I just don't select any of these accounts here, now this user will have the permissions to go into every sub account to see everything, but it will not be the part of any sub account. So what does that mean is, you won't be able to assign any leads, or assign any appointments, or any task to this person, because he's not the part of that business. So in case if you need that person to be the part of your business, then you will have to come back, edit, and add it to a sub account, so that then this user is going to become the part of this sub account, and then you would be able to assign the leads and different data to this user. So this is what it means by add sub account. This doesn't mean that you are going to allow him to see or view the sub account. If you don't select any of these, because he's the agency admin, so he will be seeing all of your sub accounts, and he will be seeing every of your data, but you won't be able to assign any leads in any sub account to this person unless you add him to that sub account. And then rest of the permissions are pretty much the same that we discussed in the last. So I will just go through that real quick. This is account settings, the same thing. Then the accounts tools is the same thing. The automation is the same. Blogs, calendars, certificates, communities, contacts, conversation. This is custom menu link, which exists under right here, which is custom menu links right here. So if you want to see this person to create or view these custom menu links, you can configure their permission right here. And then these are the dashboard, the same thing that we discussed. Then funnels, integration, marketing, media, membership, everything is the same. Yeah. So rest of the permissions are pretty much same that we discussed on the account level. So then this is agency admin. And then if I just do like, the difference between agency admin and agency user is somehow the same that I just showed you on the table form. So for example, agency user, he won't be able to create any user. He won't be able to edit agency level settings. So everything that you see in that table, just apply that to the agency. Right now, basically this form table is actually for the account admin versus account user. But if you want to see what is the difference between agency admin versus agency user, is instead of business profile settings, that would be this one, company, which is agency, basically agency business profile. So it would be the same. What does that mean is, agency admin will be able to edit the information inside the agency company. Agency user cannot do. Agency admin can edit the business logo. Agency user cannot do. And then the same settings applies to my stuff. Agency admin can create the users. Agency user cannot create. So these user will be on the agency level. And then the same thing, edit and delete. For the contacts, it doesn't matter, because if you are creating the agency user, he would be able to delete the contacts in a sub account as well. So this is pretty much the difference between agency user and agency admin. And now from here, if you select account, so this is basically the same thing, that just imagine you are doing this now in a sub account, because when you select account, then you can have the same thing that we just discussed, account user or account admin. The only difference is, when you are creating a user inside a sub account, you are creating it only for that sub account. But if you create an account level of user inside the agency, you can actually add him to multiple sub accounts as well, which you cannot do when you are in a sub account, because when you are in a sub account, you can create the user for that sub account only. But if you are on the agency level, you can still create the account level of user, but then you can add them to multiple sub accounts. So this is, and then rest of the thing. And there would be some other scenario. For example, if you have a user that you created on the account level, right, in sub account one, for example, you have a sub account that's called sub account one, and then you created a user inside it that is called user one. But now you basically want him to add him to another sub account. And when you will go to another sub account, you will try to create a user with the same email. The system will say this user already exists. but that actually exists in another sub account, but still it exists in the same agency. So to solve that problem, what you will have to do is you will actually go to agency settings team, find that team member, and then you can edit, and then here you can add the other sub account that you want that user to be the part of. So that's how you basically manage the users between different sub accounts. So this was the complete overview of user management. Here are the key points that we learned. There are two places that we can create the user: under the account settings or sub account settings, or under the agency settings. There are basically 5 types of user: agency owner, which can be only one, and you cannot create agency owner. You can only transfer the agency ownership. And the agency owner would be the person who usually sign up for your GoHighLevel. Then the second is agency admin. You can only create that under the agency settings. Then the third one is agency user. You can only create that under the agency settings. Then the fourth one is account admin. You can create it inside the account as well as inside the agency settings. Then the last one is account user. You can create this inside the sub account settings or inside the agency as well. So hopefully you will like this video. If you do, just make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not, so that you can get all the new updates from me. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
The Go High Level boy,
Ahmed at the GHL boy.
GHL boy
Thank you, Ahmed, and thank you to the rest of your team.